Well, here we are at the new shop, Wilmington, California. All right, so here's the first room as you come in from the back. This is gonna be our little like hangout, put a couch in here. Becky might do some podcasting. This is gonna be just like another storage room. Like I might keep my inventory back here and merch, just so it's not like in the front area. But yeah, just, big empty room. The floors all around suck, but I don't think we're gonna get to any of that because we just don't have time. Got like 10 days to make this place look a little bit better. So this room we're coming into, this is gonna be Becky's like warehouse area. This could be all her shelving, all her products. All that's gonna be in here. All the packing and shipping is gonna happen here. And then in here, this is all gonna be my area. So this whole side here, all the way back, is gonna be Hawg Supply. Got the CNC mill, it's gonna go over there on that wall. You can see we got the electrical coming in. Our friend Energy Reimagined on Instagram is getting us dialed in. So yeah, he's putting power from my 3-phase CNC mill, but we're putting the phase converter around the corner, so because it's kind of loud. And then we got more 220 outlets going here for, the sun and hone, the lathe, the skin packing machine that we use to pack all the parts. So that'll kind of come in all along this wall. And then like this front area will be like the bike area. We'll have the lifts, workbenches, toolboxes, all that stuff. And then maybe I'll have like a little like desk area up here. Probably have some bikes parked like up here. But then this area is gonna be like Becky's office area. You can see she's already painting her walls. She's been working on these flames for the last couple days. And it's coming out really cool. Like it looks sweet back there. I kind of want her to do this whole wall. And it'd just look so cool up here. But she's not very happy with like the outline of it, but I like it. It looks very like hand-drawn. I dig it. She did a great job. But yeah, this place is pretty big. I mean, it's not the biggest shop I've ever had, but it's got a different layout, which I like. It's not just like one big open box. Like, it'll be cool to like see all the different things going on. Like Becky's got her stuff. Then we'll have some bikes up here and got the machine shop in the back. Yeah, here we got to put the door in. So like you can see there's like a step there. That's not ideal for what we do. So we're trying to find someone to come in and cut this out and put like a concrete ramp, like a wheelchair ramp. So we can just wheel bikes in, make it easier getting the equipment in, and just honestly like having a good entrance, because bringing everything through the back door kind of sucks right now. And it is nice because this building does have like full HVAC system and 2 giant AC units on the roof. They don't work right now, but in the coming months, I'm sure we'll be like dying in here. It'll be so hot and we'll be like, we gotta get those fixed. So that'll be fun. I'm sure that'll be thousands of dollars like everything else is. But yeah, these floors suck. I hate shitty floors. I just hate the look of it, but I'm not a flooring guy. I don't know how to do this. But we also found out, there was some loose spots where I'd be like stepping around and I'd be like, okay, like the concrete is loose. And we like dug down and like, it's like 2 to 3 inches of like self-leveling concrete that they just laid in here. Like here, you can see we dug it out too. So that is not ideal for like what I want to do. And to fix it, everyone just said, you got to tear it all out. One guy said, tear the whole foundation out down to the fucking dirt and start fresh from there. And I was like, that's not an option, buddy. I'm not spending 50 grand right now. But I found this little section right here. It looks like they did some plumbing work. It looks like a solid pad there. So the machine is gonna go on there, the CNC mill. So that should hopefully be fine. If we run into trouble, I'm gonna have to like cut out a section and pour a pad. Also, if I want to get another machine, I'm gonna have to pour a slab for it to sit on. It's Thursday today. We're at the shop. Lots going on today. Becky's getting her floors sanded and sealed. So they're taking off all the epoxy flooring paint and they're gonna like buff out the terrazzo flooring that's in there. I'll go show you guys that in a minute. We got the garage door going in right now. So they're putting it on the outside of the building right here. And yeah.
And the neighbors are so nice, they showed us their gun.
Oh yeah. So the tweaker neighbor has a gun, confirmed. He was trying to hide it. I think there was a cop coming or something. But anyways, we're not gonna worry about that for now.
Okay, so the floor was like... The floor in my warehouse area was like painted over, but it was all scratched up. So we could see that there was this terrazzo flooring under it. So I posted on Instagram and people are like, that's the original Mexican restaurant flooring most likely. So I got some guys in here and they just sanded off all the top coating. It was like a paint, like epoxy, like a Home Depot kind of cheapy shit. But this is it all dried out, sanded and dried out without sealant. They're gonna seal it tomorrow. But it looks like 3/4 of this room is this beautiful terrazzo. And then this must be where they added on the building. We know that the building was added on to at some point, so this must be it, because this is definitely the old restaurant flooring, and then this is just something else. But I posted on Instagram today, I was like, should I seal this or should I paint over it? And people are like, that's cool, that's history, seal it. So they did a little patch of seal over here, and you can see it's gonna be a little bit more shiny, and yeah, it's an interesting, cool floor. I would feel bad to paint over it. I think it's gonna look cool, and this is just gonna be my Axle Co warehouse, so shelves will be lined up in here, packing orders, all the inventory and stuff, and over there will probably be some bikes and like a fridge and where we eat lunch, and yeah, this is like workspace, you know? It's a warehouse. It's supposed to be a warehouse, so gotta keep that in mind. This was a really legendary Mexican restaurant from the 40s and 50s, maybe even the 60s. It was called Cinco de Mayo, and yeah, it operated for many years, and I had a lot of comments saying that old lowrider history dudes used to come and eat here, and motorcycle history from Wilmington used to come and eat here, and I just think history like this is really cool. This building is from 1948. It shows. You can see in every inch of this building that something was added on, something was painted on, something was fixed. And I've never lived in a building or been in a building this old, so we're just figuring it out day by day.
And what, you bought this place?
Yeah, I bought it.
You own this bitch?
Yeah, I've never owned anything in my life. I've never owned property, and now I own this out of all the things. It's okay. It's better because we're like, whatever, you know, like fucking rip the floor up, paint shitty flames on the wall. We don't live here. We still have a shitty 2-bedroom apartment in Long Beach. So this is just for our businesses to have fun in, make content, house our inventory, and make bikes, place to park our bikes. Like, to us, this is what is important in our lives to make us more money for the future. And in 10 years, a building, 7,000 square foot property on Pacific Coast Highway in Los Angeles County is going to be worth a lot more than $650,000. So I think it's a good choice. We're going to use it. Otherwise, we would have spent rent every single month. And if you look up rental properties in this area, just for our businesses, what we both need, we'd be paying upwards of $4,000 a month just to house our inventory and run our businesses. So each. So yeah, it's just kind of like was honestly our only option, which is crazy.
Yeah, I'll show you guys the door going in. So there was this massive sign up there that I kind of sprung on them last minute. I was like, hey, we got to get this thing down. And they were not very sure how to do it because it was big and heavy, but they handled it. Oh, we got one more wire. Oh, we're good. Not bad. All right, guys, day 2 of moving today. Yesterday was crazy hectic. I had a couple boys come help me, and we got most of the heavy stuff. It was so much work, but I'm here again today. I got the big truck again, but I'm mostly on my own today. Somebody might stop by, but there's just a lot of small stuff left. Just trying to get it all taken over to the new spot. It kind of looks like we didn't even make a dent, but we're getting somewhere. We got to get all this stuff out of here. So today will be fun for sure. All right, well, we're at the old shop right now. At the new shop, we got our roll-up door installed the other day, and it's just kind of, it's not giving me the peace of mind that I want, you know. Our door is very exposed, like it's on the sidewalk. There's lots of people walking by. So I just kind of want to have like another layer of security. So today I am welding up some big double doors that we're going to put up there. Just big steel doors that are going to lock together, and just, we're going to make this place a fortress. So I went and got some steel this morning, and yeah, I got one frame done. I'm about to weld the other frame up. And then I got to figure out what I'm going to do on the inside. I kind of want something that, like, we can have the roll-up door rolled up and then have these doors shut and have some airflow coming through. So I might do, like, some perforated steel sheet on one side, and then obviously just some, like, bars going through it just to, you know, so you can't get through it. But yeah, we're not going to go too crazy with these, but yeah, we got a big old steel square. Just need one more. All right, we got our second door all fitted up. We got our 45-degree cuts. They're all mated up to each other. I'm just going to do this side, flip it, do that side, since my table's kind of small for this. These are 9-foot tall doors, so they're pretty long and pretty beefy. All right, I'll tack these up both sides, and then we'll weld it. Let it cool down a little bit so it doesn't warp. We got it all clamped to the table, so it should be good. All right, moving has been going great, I guess. It's been a crazy, like, 4 or 5 days. We filled a 26-foot truck 3 times, and I've been doing multiple loads a day in my own truck just to finish it up. Becky's been helping me. She's a little overwhelmed with how much stuff I have. But yeah, it's pretty much all in. Now we just got to find a home for everything. All right, taking out the retail doors today. Can't have these because I got to move big stuff in here, like my machines and bikes and stuff, so all this has to come out. I got the steel gate in behind it. We're going to dress that up a little bit when we're done. But yeah, we're going to get rid of this. And then we got the roll-up door too. So yeah, just got to get all this glass out without breaking it, hopefully, and it'll all be good. All right, we now have big hole. Just what I wanted. Just what Becky wanted. She's freaking out a little bit because I'm just tearing apart the building. But we got a nice clear entryway now. I'm gonna cut all that out, make a nice little path here. Easy to get the bikes in and all the fun stuff. Alright, the movers are here to pick up the machines, finally. It's kind of a nightmare getting that all figured out. The last guy bailed on me. Well, I had to reschedule on him once, and then he bailed on me last minute. And then I got these guys, and so we're gonna get everything moved today. I started pulling some stuff out. We gotta go inside and grab the CNC, but should be interesting getting it in the new building. This stuff gives me anxiety. I can't watch.
Okay, no, I'll bring it down. Take it up. Take it up. That's good. Okay. Okay, rest it. Rest it. I'm not. Hold on, hold on. Okay, let's go back up. He's moving, but it's not going to move too much.
Becky has mental illness, so I got her flowers, and it's helping.
My dad just called me and was telling me about when he started a coffee shop when he was in his 30s and I was a little kid, and he had 3 kids, and he started a coffee shop that he thinks he had a nervous breakdown starting because he had a job. He also had 2 other crappy properties in town, and he started this old coffee shop out of an old Chinese grocery store, and I just can't even imagine doing that. Like, making this place as nice as a coffee shop after spending all the money to get in here, dude. It's like, I can't even imagine. I come from a long line of idiots.
So yeah, moral of the story, we're retarded. It's easier to rent. Don't ever buy property. You know, like, you'll be rich later, but who cares about later? Just, you know, make it easy on yourself now. I think that's everyone's mindset, but us.
Yeah, we're living life on extra hard mode for no reason.
Yeah. Well, what a journey it's been. It's now June 23rd, end of June. We're all moved in, for the most part. Still trying to, like, figure out what to do with everything. There's still a crazy mess in here, but this is basically what the shop's gonna look like. So I'm gonna give you guys a little tour. You guys just saw the before of the shop coming together, moving everything. So I wanna show you how it all turned out. All right, so here's our little front area. We're just kind of like storing bikes up here right now and just kind of whatever. I have my massive Harley signs that I need to hang up still, and like a bunch of pictures for the wall or whatever. I'll do that when I got some downtime. Becky wants to use this space for like kind of her office. She kind of wants to like work at this desk here, but for now, it's just kind of storage. We got the flame wall. She's got these really cool shelves she had made. We got to hang those up. But right now, it's just kind of like the overflow. Steel doors are in. We didn't end up doing the concrete here because like it kind of makes a giant mess, and like we were just tired of everything being a mess. So this is my solution right now, is this, 1/4-inch steel plate. Works good for wheeling the bikes in and out, but that's gonna have to do for now. It's another like $2,000 to get this done, and I just don't want to really spend that right now. But yeah, here's kind of like my rack for like the bikes I'm working on. I don't really know if that's gonna stay there, but that's there for now. My toolboxes. I really need to get rid of these 2 toolboxes and just get like one. That's kind of like the, long guy that kind of just goes with the benches. We got 2 nice U-line benches. Those are super nice because I like to like tuck toolboxes under there, and like I got my little carts under there for now. So yeah, that'll work great. We got the couple bike lifts. I got the pink thing up on the lift because we're changing the transmission oil. Oh, I had to put a kicker gear in it. That's what I did. So that thing's just chilling up there for now. We got the shovel head coming that needs to get finished. But yeah, that's kind of how the lifts are gonna sit. This place looked a lot wider before I started filling it up, so I think it's gonna be an issue like coming through here. But yeah, stuff along the walls. Still trying to just find space for everything. This is kind of like the machining corner. Got my like toolbox for all the machine tools. Little table here, 3D printer. This is like my bread rack where I keep like a lot of finished parts before they get packaged or sent out. Measuring tools and stuff up there. This is just like a shelf full of soft jaws, because you got to have 1 million soft jaws for every piece you make on the CNC mill. The mill is wired up fully and running. I ran these parts yesterday on it. I got to finish them up. But these are kicker pedals. So yeah, machine is working good. I got coolant in it, air lines. I ran all that. I've always wanted just nice airlines, so I'm doing this whole hardline system through the whole shop. I still got to take it all the way over to there. I just needed more fittings. And you know, we just still got some more junk along the wall here I haven't really found a good spot for. That's probably gonna move towards the back. This tire machine sucks, it's just always in the way, but I hate to get rid of it. I don't really have a welding table right now because I had to get rid of my massive one. So this is like my little like breadboard. It's got a bunch of 1/4-20 holes on the other side. That's in like a grid pattern. So I'm probably just gonna weld some legs to that for now, and that'll be my welding table. I just bought this the other day, yesterday, this stomp shear, because I've got to make a bunch of meshes for the air cleaners that we make, and cutting them by hand sucks, so this should help a lot. But yeah, we got the welders over there, the boring bar for boring engine cylinders, the sun and hone for honing cylinders and bushings and all sorts of junk. That's right there. We got all our electrical that got put in. So our 240 is all right there. I also had them put in some more, 120 outlets. So there's just plenty of stuff. The lathe is here. And then here's my little lathe toolbox, my skin packaging machine. So that's what I package all the parts with. So that's kind of going right there in this corner. I want to make something better for all my steel, like maybe like a little like cubby system with like a little rack on top that I can put all the long stock, because this is just not gonna work, but it'll work for now. We got our big toolbox here, which I haven't even figured out what to put in it. Oh, I put one thing in there. So I got to fill that up. I have no idea, but it was $100. I couldn't pass that deal up. It's heavier than shit. Everything is so heavy. I'm never moving ever again, hopefully. But yeah, then I got some racks here. This is kind of want to just have like all the CNC tooling and vices and everything just kind of stacked up here. That stuff's all gotta go because I don't want to have any parts. I'll put those in the back room. And then, yeah, we got our presses, air compressors in, all wired up, plumbed up. Here's the phase converter for the CNC. Yeah, that goes to that's the motor that makes the third leg of the 3-phase. And yeah, just more shelving, more tools. Trying to I know it doesn't look like it, but this will be nicely organized at some point. Bathroom. It's kind of more storage. I put my tumbler in here. That's probably where I'm going to have to use it, honestly. And then I just got another shelf that I'll just put a bunch of stuff in. This bathroom's pretty big, and I don't really care if it looks nice because it's just a bathroom. Also, I ground these floors with the concrete grinder, which sucked. And it didn't even do a good job. And then I just sprayed some sealer on it with the pump spray bottle. So it's all right, but I mean, it's nothing pretty. So that's basically the shop area. So yeah, it's coming together. Once, I still got to find where everything's going to sit. There's still some stuff that I just haven't figured out. That thing, I got to figure out where to mount that. I don't even know what to do with that. Might just get thrown out. I'll be working on this for months still, but at least I can kind of get some work done now. I'll take you guys to the back room where I keep all the inventory and parts and where I ship everything from. So that's this room right here. I kind of just got my computer where I print all the labels and do everything. And then this is all my inventory. Looks like a mess right now because it is. But yeah, this is going to be my little fulfillment room. And then this room just turned into more overflow. But we'll get all that sorted out in due time. But yeah. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys liked it. Buying a building is a pain in the ass. Also, moving your motorcycle shop, giant pain in the ass. I don't recommend it. But sometimes things just got to get done. So yeah, hopefully we got some cool things coming up soon. So like and subscribe and check out our next videos.